Hi everyone, Jeff here again from the Student Life Office. I want to talk a little bit about member management. And so up here under people, I showed you down here under setup, you can invite people down here. I'm also under people. If you click people, you'll be able to have the options. Sorry, my internet got really slow all of a sudden. Under people, you have the option of also inviting people. As an administrator, you get these extra fun buttons up here on the top. So if someone requests to join, it's going to show here. You also get a little ping message to let you know, but this is where you can find them all. Here's right here. You can invite members, and right here, which is really cool, if if you have a national organization, or if you just want to be able to pull out a roster of your organization anytime, you can click that, and it's going to create an Excel spreadsheet for you of your organization, and the information that is being shared by the organization and title. And so it's kind of nice to be able to pull out a roster anytime. And like I say, the roster is all throughout OrgSync. It's not just here. It's of different committees and things like that. So we're going to talk about committees in just a second. But first, I want to show you the member management. And so this is where you're going to be able to find all members on here. And so I'm going to find, let's see, something that would be good. So Allison here has an officer position. I'm sorry, Amy. I made up Allison. Amy here has an officer position. She's the social chair, and she's unlisted officer. She's not listed under administrators. She's administrators, alumni, members, officers. But if we go into options here, we'll probably find under manage modules. Oh, she doesn't. So this is what we're going to do. She's the social chair, and we think it's important for her to be able to create events and put things on the calendar. And so I'm going to come under here under events, because when you create an event, it puts things on the calendar. And maybe she needs to do news items, because she wants to inform people about what's happening under news items. And so what this does, this gives you very specific administrative access to certain areas. So whenever Amy, is that her name? Whenever Amy comes into the events module or the news module, she's going to have full administrative access of that one specific area. Whenever she goes to other areas of the website, she's going to be a regular member user on there. And so this is just for specific access on here. So important to know when you think of when you want to think of access. When we talked about the people groups, you give kind of large scale access. You don't want to give too many people administrative privileges all over the site. So this is a very specific access on here. So if you have questions about that, come find me. I'm in the Student Life Office on the second floor, and so I can explain this to you a little bit further there. Okay, also under member management, you have committees. So you probably have different committees in your group organization. And this is where you can create a place. Let me scroll this over so you can see a little bit better. A place to have all of your committees listed here. You can create new committees. Again, you have these buttons because you're an administrator. You can create new committees. Manager, we're going to do in just a second. Again, you can export all of these into an Excel spreadsheet if you would like. And then under manage, pardon me. Under manage, you can see all the committees that are listed. And so if you look at budget committee, and you can look at all the different people there, and you can take people out. You can add people if you need to. Cindy Lou, we need someone with the name of Cindy Lou in there, so we'll add them there, and you can bam. So you can do and create and change all the committees around pretty easily on there. And also, if you go look at a person, you can look at one individual and see what committees they are a part of on here. So that's committees, and this is there are great ways to show this. Now, one thing that's key under The membership and classification is you have account groups and you have committees. So you have different ways to divide and group your organization. You don't even have to think of committees as a traditional committees. It can be a group that you're going to want to communicate to amongst your organization. Because if we come into, let me just go to news real fast. We'll talk about news on the next module, but if I want to do the next video, but if I want to do a news post, down here on the bottom, it's going to do this available to right here. Right, and as I said earlier, public means public, but selected group is a specific group. And so for any of these things over here on the side, if you want to share files, forms with people, pages or photos with a specific group of people, you can come in here and it's like, I want this to be just for the members or just for the officers, right? So if you have an officers meeting in your organization, you can do this and it'll be on just the calendar or just update the officers of that specific organization. And you don't have to mail blast the entire organization whenever you have specific niche groups you need to communicate with on here. And same with committees. If you have a committee meeting or you want to share files just amongst a committee, you can go into files and do this. You want to create a folder for a specific committee and share them that way. So hopefully this will enable you to have more targeted communication amongst your organization. You don't have to kind of email blast everyone all the time whenever you want to send out a message, a notification, or reminder. So next we're going to be talking about some of the tools you can use in OrgSync for your organization. And these videos aren't going to go into every different aspect of OrgSync. What I want you to do now is I'm just trying to get you up and going and using it. And then once you get there, we're going to go into more specific tools you can use for your organization.